And my final observation about leadership is the importance of encouraging people, and I'm sure this does, excuse me, apply to a lot of you guys in the work that you do, encouraging people at all levels of the organisation to have ideas and take risks in a non-blame culture. And that last bit is very, very hard. It's very hard in any organisation, but it's particularly hard, I find, in politics. But I'll give you a little story before I open up to Q&A about where I really felt proud, in a sense, and happy of the way that that had developed. As I mentioned to you earlier, Tony and I are both kind of technophobic. And our process for writing speeches was, I promise you, if anybody had ever seen it, they'd have wondered how we ever managed to get anything done. Both pen and paper. Sometimes, you get scissors and you cut bits out and you label them A, B, C or 1, 2, 3. Lots of PTOs and notes and sidelinings and all the rest of it. And the only person in the operation who could understand both my handwriting, his handwriting, Jonathan Powell's handwriting, and all our various mad squiggles was my PA, who's called Alison. And there was one speech Tony was due to do in the States on one of the trips to see George Bush. And we were due to land and then get in a car and go straight to a venue, and he was going to make this speech. And we hadn't really done the work. We were doing a lot of it on the plane, and we got this draft, and the deal was normally that she'd type it up, show it to me, I'd read through, make sure it all gone in properly, then show it to Tony. But I'd gone back to the back of the plane, and I was briefing the press. And so Alison's in a bit of a flap as to what she should do, because the plane's about an hour from landing, and Tony's saying, where's this bloody speech? We've got to make a speech as soon as I land. Somebody get a grip, please. And so eventually she goes up to him, she says, look, here's your speech, but I haven't shown it to Alastair yet, but there's just one thing I'd like to say. I know you're the Prime Minister and I'm only like, Alastair's secretary, but apart from you, I'm the only one who's read every single draft of the speech. And I don't know what you think, Prime Minister, but I think the argument you had in the first draft, right back several days ago, was better than how you've got it now. So Tony sort of looks up at her and says, oh, do you? And she told me afterwards, she's absolutely panicking. She said, well, you better go and get it for me and I'll have a look then. So she goes off and she finds this bit of paper with his kind of early squiggles on it with sort of various orange markings all over the place. She gives it to him and he reads it and he says, yeah, you're absolutely right, put it back in then. And when she told me that afterwards, with this sort of relief gushing through her, because when all is said and done, he is the Prime Minister and it's kind of a bit scary if you're a junior civil servant. But I thought that was absolutely brilliant, that she felt empowered to be able to say that, and not just that it kind of had the happy ending that he agreed with her, but actually, even if he hadn't, he wouldn't have made her feel any the worse for it. So I think they are. I'll whiz through because I know that we've been running late and we want to have a bit of time so as you can sort of ask me really offensive and unpleasant questions. But I just think that hopefully will apply in some way to your world as well.